Alright, so there's this big money game happening, and most of us don't even realize we're playing. It is like a reality show where the few get filthy rich and the rest are left holding the bag. We're talking about a wild ride where businesses are snapped up, sucked dry, and tossed aside like yesterday's leftovers. It is ruthless, it is cold, and it's happening all around us. Ever wonder why your favorite store suddenly closes down or why a once thriving company suddenly goes belly up? There is a reason, and it's not just bad luck. There's a whole industry out there, running on high stakes and big debts, with a handful of people cashing in while everyone else is left scrambling. It is like a behind-the-scenes drama, but the plot twist is, it's real life. Here's the kicker. Your hard-earned money might be tangled up in this mess without you even knowing it. That's right, your retirement savings, that cozy little nest egg, could be fueling this crazy cycle. It is the kind of story that makes you raise an eyebrow and maybe double-check where your money's actually going. It's all happening right under our noses. And it's about time we talk about it. Welcome to Financial Literacy. Here, we are dedicated and passionate about bringing you nothing but honest and straightforward facts about your money. We will help you take control of your finances and get you to the next level. Beginners or experienced, this is your one-stop shop for all things financial literacy. Here's where things get a little shady. Private equity isn't just about making money. It is about making a lot of money for a very select few. We're talking about an elite club of managers who rake in the big bucks while everyone else, from workers to investors, gets the short end of the stick. It is like a rigged game where only a few walk away with a prize, and everyone else is left wondering what just happened. Take John Bauer's school group, for example. This school was doing its thing until private equity swooped in back in 2008. Fast forward 5 years and the whole place went bankrupt. And then there's Simmons Mattress Store, a solid business that got caught up in the private equity web. What happened next? The debt skyrocketed, thousands of workers lost their jobs, and the store doors were shut for good. But the private equity firm behind it? They walked away with their pockets lined, leaving everyone else to pick up the pieces. So, here's the secret sauce of private equity's business model. Buy up a company, shake things up, and take what you can. But this isn't just about improving a business. It is about squeezing every last drop of profit, even if it means gutting the company from the inside out. They strip assets, slash jobs, and sometimes they drive the whole operation into bankruptcy. And guess who's left holding the bag? Not the private equity firm. They're too busy counting their profits. But the real kicker? These firms don't even put the debt in their own name. Nope. They load it all onto the business they just acquired. It's like handing someone a ticking time bomb and walking away whistling. And when it comes to showing off their success, private equity firms have another trick up their sleeve: selective accounting. They make sure their numbers look good on paper, even if the reality is far less rosy. It's all part of the game, and it's a game they're playing to win, no matter who gets hurt along the way. Private equity's influence is like that secret ingredient in your favorite dish. You don't see it, but it's there, making everything taste a little different. From the toys your kids played with at Toys R Us to the healthcare clinics you visit, and even down to the music in your playlist. Private equity has its hands in it all. They've even managed to get a piece of the action from sports teams and big-name brands. Remember when Taylor Swift had to re-record her own songs because she didn't own the originals? Yep. That's private equity playing the puppeteer. What's wild is that so many of the places you visit or the products you use daily are owned by private equity. And most people have no idea. But here's where it gets personal. The money these firms use to pull off their big moves, a lot of it comes from public sources like pension funds, meaning your retirement savings could be fueling this whole operation. It is a bit of a shocker to think that the money meant to secure your future is also being used in ways that might just wreck someone else's. Private equity's game is all about stacking the deck in their favor, often at the cost of the companies they buy and the people who work there. The industry is like a high-stakes poker game, where the managers always seem to walk away with the winnings, leaving everyone else scrambling. They'll cut jobs, sell off assets, and drive companies into the ground, all in the name of profit. Sure, they rake in the cash, but what happens to the business and its employees? Not their concern. And let us talk about those hefty fees. Private equity firms charge a premium, promising big returns. But the reality doesn't always match the hype. Investors shell out loads of cash, but the returns often don't outshine what you would get from the public markets. So, where's all that money going? Straight into the pockets of the firms. This, along with their ruthless tactics, raises some serious ethical red flags. Is this really how businesses should be run? It's a question that's getting harder to ignore. Private equity firms love to stay behind the curtain, pulling strings while the rest of us have no idea what's going on. They keep things hush-hush, operating with a level of secrecy that keeps the public in the dark about just how much control they have over the businesses we rely on. It is like a magician's trick: distract the audience while the real action happens out of sight. The lack of transparency means most people don't even realize how deep these firms are entrenched in their daily lives. As for change, don't hold your breath. This industry is a master of reinvention. Just like the big banks after the 2008 crash, private equity has the power and the resources to rebrand and bounce back. Even if things go south, the possibility of meaningful reform seems slim when the players have the ability to change the rules of the game whenever it suits them. The real question is, can anyone pull back the curtain? Or will they keep running the show from the shadows? Here's the kicker. You might be funding this whole operation without even knowing it. Yep, your hard-earned retirement savings. Those funds you've been stashing away for your golden years could be fueling the private equity machine. Through pension funds, ordinary folks are unknowingly backing an industry that often prioritizes quick profits over long-term stability, leaving both businesses and employees in the dust. It's a bit of a betrayal, really. You work hard, save diligently, and trust that your pension fund is making safe, smart investments for your future. But behind the scenes, that money might be propping up a system that doesn't always have your best interests in mind. Instead of securing your future, it's helping to line the pockets of a select few, all while you're left in the dark about where your money is really going. Private equity might seem like a distant, complex world, but its reach touches our everyday lives in ways we often don't see. From the businesses we shop at, to the retirement funds we depend on, this industry's impact is both widespread and deeply personal. While it promises big returns, the reality is a system where only a few reap the rewards, often at the expense of many. As we navigate our financial futures, it is crucial to stay informed and question where our money is truly going. And there you have it, folks. As always, thank you so much for watching. If you found this dive into private equity eye-opening, don't forget to hit that subscribe button, give us a thumbs up, and share this with friends who might be just as intrigued. We would love to hear your thoughts. How do you feel about your retirement savings? Possibly supporting an industry with such a hidden impact? Drop your comments below and let's start a conversation. Your insights might just spark the change we need.